escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Final.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you. Coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, this is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, April 5th. A very happy Easter to you, and thank you for joining me here on the show on this holiday Sunday. We're going to preview Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and a couple of college basketball championship games from the two minor tournaments, and also the women's championship today. They're underway in golf at the Valero Texas Open. They've got a lot of golf to play today here, mostly about 27 holes per player, pretty much, it feels like. So we got a long day to go in the PGA Tour and some other great sports today as well. There's some international soccer already going on here around the world, and other sports as well. So thank you for joining me here on the Sports Money Network today. Getafe and leading Bilbao here, 1-0. Bologna over Cremonese, 2-0, and some soccer action. Bundesliga set to get underway here momentarily as well with St. Pauli and Union Berlin. And in League One, it's Lyon and Angers. No score here so far. So we got some action here. I'm tuning in and some other games here as we get rolling on the show. Thank you for joining me. Hey, thank you for joining us last night here on the Sports Money Network for that fight card here with Boycano over Duncan last night. Good job by the guys getting the win there. I was on the short end of that one. Great job by the guys. They love to rub it in when I'm losing, but they had the winner there, no doubt about it, fair and square. There I did have some winners last night here with my premium picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can pick up more plays from me. Hopefully we'll have some winners today. Kind of a good card. Big card here, Major League Baseball and NBA. So we're going to have some premiums for sure going out there, but we're also going to kind of keep up on the action here this morning and see what's going on with you guys. We preview all the games here on the Morning Steam Show. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. We're going to be ready to roll here today. So join me over there. We did have, I think, a few winners. Man, my hockey card was pretty much a bust there last night. We did have some winners, though. A VIP selection in MLS as I had Real Salt Lake to blast Kansas City for a winner there yesterday. Also, we had WTA winner with Starodutseva over Madison Keys there yesterday as well. So we're trying to get it done with some more winners here on Sunday. We're going to preview all the action, so get ready in the chat for those previews, and you can win more picks from me when you comment in the chat. I run a little drawing at the end of the show. I think most would like to win the drawing just to say they won something. But you can pick up more plays from me for 1 month if you do make a comment in the chat, and I'll run that drawing here at the end of the show. All right. I did have some winners there yesterday over at with my UFC card. Anyway, it was the featured coverage of the day with our show here, and I had Jandroba over Ricci for a winner there yesterday. Also, McMillan over Zucchini over there, and the under was a winner. Also, Delano. We laid 3.5 with Delano there yesterday for a winner. Also, we had Costa over Nickel there, and the under. I had Flowers over Vanetta, plus 3.5 points. Come home a winner there with Pereira. I'll say it now that I won with Pereira there yesterday. They don't play any videos for me. Those guys, they don't even pay attention when I have the winner. They don't even know. It's like a surprise. I don't even mention it there. So did have a winner also with Kamaka. Everybody had that one to start off the card. All right. That's okay. I play my own videos over here when I'm done. Also, a big day yesterday there with the Final Four. We got to touch on it for sure. With the NCAA championship, we do know the line here for Monday night's game. It's going to be, what can you say, man? It's going to be the Michigan Wolverines favored by 7.5 over the Connecticut Huskies in the national championship game on Monday night. After we saw Illinois lose to Connecticut there yesterday, Connecticut gets the win and advances, and Michigan impressively over Arizona. Man, never headed there in that one. For Michigan, they led 26-10 early, 48-32 at halftime. Man, early in the first half, Arizona cut it to 5, but they were just no match for the Wolverines. Even with the Wolverines' best player, Yaxel Lendenborg, our player of the year, goes out early. We've been talking about him since day one. Now everybody's learning about Yaxel. Michigan scored 90 points in all 5 tourney games so far. For UConn in their lead, the Huskies led 16-7 with just over 6.5 to go there in the first half, but Illinois only 6 of 26 from 3-point range, and UConn goes to the title game for the third time in 4 years. The last 11 times that a number 1 seed played a non-number 1 seed in the national title game, the number 1 seed won the game 10 times. The only other time was when Villanova beat North Carolina back 10 years ago in 2016. Also, a couple of other college games. It was Oklahoma routing Baylor 82-69. Baylor came all the way back, almost past Oklahoma there in the semifinals of the Crown Tournament here in Las Vegas. Baylor led, in fact, 52-51 with 11:41 left in the game. But Xavier Brown and company, as he had 21 points, come back, and Oklahoma won it by 13 and covered. And we did have the winner here in that game on the under. Our NCAA tournament winner was also on the under in Illinois, Connecticut, but I couldn't find a winner in the Michigan game, that's for sure. And also West Virginia beat Creighton in that 87-70 win, shooting 64% inside the arc. DJ Thomas, 20 points in 21 minutes off the bench, and we'll have that final previewed here with West Virginia and Oklahoma in the Crown Tournament, and also the NIT tournament here on Sunday as well. NBA winner here yesterday on the morning steam was Washington and Miami game to go over. Miami didn't get the money despite being a 16.5 point favorite. They only won by 16 points there. And then the best game of the day there probably was the Spurs and the Nuggets. The Nuggets get the win late in overtime, actually, in that one. And then Pistons and Sixers. I know we were on the Sixers yesterday. We were trying to analyze it, and I said, look, what's going on with this move to Detroit? Is Embiid out? Because the report hadn't come out yet that he did. So I grabbed the points thinking that maybe it was Jalen Duren was not going to play. Turns out Duren plays. Embiid's out. I'm on the short end of the stick there in that one with the Sixers yesterday. Didn't have very many winners in hockey either, man. I'm going to have to come through today to get back on that winning streak here. But we did have a few winners on the morning steam, included the Pittsburgh Penguins on the puck line over the Florida Panthers. Winner here on the morning steam show, but the winners were few and far between for me in hockey. Did have a winner there, Utah, Mammoth, and the over against Vancouver. And we also had the Montreal Canadiens there over the New Jersey Devils for a winner here on the morning steam show. But I'm pretty much ready to throw this card away from yesterday. Baseball winners here on the show included the Dodgers and the Nationals. Man, Dodgers here continuing to roll right now. Impressive victory. Freddie Freeman, 4 RBIs into first 2 at-bats. Dodgers have 23 runs in the first 2 games. We'll get to the previews in just a moment. Andy Pages is stroking right now, hitting 500 for the Dodgers. We also have the winner, Atlanta and Arizona game. 2 go under. And how about the Diamondbacks getting that win there 2-1 to beat the Braves in another low-scoring game. Now the roof will be apparently closed today. It was open before, but Arizona's only run scored on a throwing error in the second inning. Soroka, 5 innings pitched, got his second win of the season. Arizona's bullpen, 4 perfect innings there in that one. We had a morning steam winner here with Houston and the Athletics game, 2 go over, but who knew it was going to be 11-0 in favor of the Astros there. They took care of the business there. We had a winner with Tampa Bay and Minnesota game, 2 go over yesterday. That was our winner there in that one. We also had a winner here with the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game, 2 go under there yesterday. Pittsburgh continues to roll here, 3-2. Nick York, walk-off single. Orioles led 2-1 late, but the Pirates are 5-3, and they got KG. And also, we had the winner here with my Padres and Boston game, 2 go under yesterday. Ramon Laureano, he makes it easy. Everybody wants to run the analytics, and, well, I'm an analytics guy, but Ramon Laureano had the game-winning single in the 9th inning. You know what he says? He says, see the ball, hit the ball. That's what you do. It's a cold day in Fenway, 43 degrees, 24-mile-an-hour winds. It might be the same today. Red Sox are off to a slow start, man, 2-6 right now for the Sox. Padres aren't much better, but they got the win there yesterday. Milwaukee and Kansas City, we did hit that first game sweep. Remember, we went with Brewers and the under because we weren't going to preview that, and then we did, and then at least we hit that one in the first game of that doubleheader there yesterday. And another winner with the Yankees. Who didn't have the Yankees? Come on, they're on a roll here right now, man. They got all this pitching, all the bullpen pitching, and Yankees on the run line over the Marlins were a winner yesterday, 9-7 there. And we do have one doubleheader today because of the rain out yesterday between the Cubs and the Guardians there in that one. All right. And I think that might be it and ready to go here. I want to get started with the show because we've got so many games to preview. Really no time to waste here on Sunday, Easter Sunday. Man, all right. Let me say hello to the folks in the chat, then we'll get the show rolling here. Lots of people ready to go. Make some winners. Help me win today. Cash Kane is here. JP Farley Nuke is here. Happy Easter to everybody today. Blake here. You want to say your let's see. Mike is here. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money here on YouTube. Bobby Mack is ready to go. How about the women's final? Let's do it. Let's take South Carolina Nuke. We won with them in the semifinal. They've got all this momentum of the I don't know if the controversy kind of whips up the momentum, but look, UCLA has been pretty cool, but usually our teams don't don't win this championship out west, and they've been so dominant there. And South Carolina, really sharp team. I'm going to take South Carolina to win and cover today, -3.5 against UCLA. That's my pick right now. I'm taking South Carolina. Blake's leaning that way. Steve is here. Big O is hanging out at the South Point. All right, great to see that. Hey, they run a great show over there at the South Point 5 days a week. But I just want to point that out. They have a great show with Alex White, and she hosts a sports betting show there 5 days a week. They also have some horse racing coverage on YouTube, and it comes right from the South Point studios. A really nice show there. And how about the NIT final tonight? We'll have that one in the previews. Also, Robot Clock and Nuggets, easy, no sweat win over the Spurs. I know he's kidding. That was a great game, though, actually. And, man, Red Wings, are they going to miss the playoffs? These playoffs are so interesting right now in both conferences, and we've just got, 4, 5, 6 games remaining. So it's going to be crazy down the stretch here to see who's going to get into the playoffs. You really have a few, man, we got the Artemis going today. Lots of things to watch here. We rescued that pilot there. I think Trump may have actually rescued the pilot himself. He might have been all right. Jimmy Lambeau here. And Nuke's lamenting his Red Wings there. Bauer Critters here, Arizona. What a disappointment there. Tommy Lloyd, he got, maybe the coach had all that money falling out of his pockets there. And they were flat. All right. And let's see. Big O's going to the Crown Tournament. Man, Big O having a great time here in Vegas. All right. Let's see.
Final.
Anybody else with all of these great comments here? I mean, there's a great conversation going in the chat from you guys. I should just be hanging out in the chat here. And let's see. I think I got through all the comments. I want to get going here. So thank you, everybody, for putting up with me there, going through the comments. Good luck and good morning to Philly Eagle Flyer, ready to go here on the show. And I'm ready to go. Here, and we're gonna just start because we gotta start, man. We gotta get rolling here. Let's get ready. Get ready. We're gonna start with baseball here on the morning steam and get right to it. I'm going chronological order here. We'll preview the first game of the doubleheader there between the Cubs and the Guardians, but probably not going to know enough about the second game we know the pitchers, so maybe we'll just make sure we get you with the information there on it, and you can make your pick, and I'll probably have something to send out later on. Okay, here we go. Let's get going in Major League Baseball right now and start with the Cubs. Like we said, we're going to get rolling with that doubleheader here to start the day. Game 1 with Edward Cabrera going up against Slade Ciccone. Cabrera looked good in his first start. No ERA, .33 whip, 5K. Ciccone, not so much. 12.46 ERA, 208 whip, 5 strikeouts there, but did take a loss. And Game 1 of the doubleheader here shows the Cubs favored by $1.25, total 7.5 here in this one. And we will get your comments. What I do is I comment on the games, and then you can come in with your picks and just flash them up on the screen. We kind of consider all of it and see who's on what, if you will. So as far as this game, though, is concerned, for me, Cleveland's 5-3 start. They've had a decent bullpen so far, 3.64, but I guarantee you they're going to finish with a much lower ERA than that, or the way I see it. They always do. They're facing a Cubs lineup that may be having some cold bats right now. Weren't that hot there yesterday, but trying to find some of these hitters here, but some of their best bats right now. Bregg's 214, Happ 179 so far. Dansby Swanson's not getting it going here just yet, so maybe some question marks for the Cubs here in this game and their offense as far as Cleveland is concerned. They have some guys going off. How about Chase DeLauder? You ever heard of him? With his 5 home runs so far this season, he has been incredible. I know people want to pencil him in for Rookie of the Year. Be careful. He has a history of injury problems. That's why he's never made it in the major leagues, really. But other Cleveland bats, pretty low here right now. You got Ramirez under 200. Manzardo's not even hitting 100 here. Bo Naylor's not getting it done. Schneemann, my man, 227 here so far. So let me know what you got. I'm ready to go here with our first game of the day between the Chicago Cubs and Cleveland Guardians here. And like I said, there is a doubleheader there with those. Maybe we'll wait till the end. We really don't even know if I think it's just a standard doubleheader is what it is. It's going to be 20 to 30 minutes after the last game here. So watch out. I mean, watch out in this one with the Guardians and the Brewers here. look, I know you don't want to go necessarily with Ciccone looks pretty rough here, but they got a good bullpen. I'm taking the Cleveland Guardians here today in Game 1 over the Chicago Cubs. And that impromptu doubleheader today. The comments are coming in from the chat. Let's see who's got what here. We'll start it off with Cubby's not hitting, saves Power Critter. Yeah, there got to be some questions here. Blake is on the under. I'm kind of thinking under here as well, but it is getting pretty low. It's actually probably gone past where I'm really feeling totally comfortable with it. But I'm thinking under here. It's currently 7.5 under 15. Do I have that on the? Yeah, 7.5 under 15. And Terrell, I don't know if it's a compliment or Eat Crow Armstrong. Look, Pete's off to a 269 start. I don't think that's too bad right now, considering the rest of the lineup's not hitting. Roberts on the Guardians on the run line. How about that? Taking the Guardians here. Power Critter on the under. Fernando's here today. Wonder how to be working with Kirk Cousins now for Fernando in Las Vegas. He's going under here. Robot Clock says, we got some crap weather. And he does have this one, Cubs first 5 there today. How about that? It is going to be cold. I think they said the first game's going to be all clear, and then maybe it'll be a little bit different for the second game. 9 Legacy says Guardians on the money line. I think it's going to be sunny for the first game. Temperatures in the mid 40s, but a crosswind from left to right from 17 or 18 miles an hour, and it could be knocking down that ball. The wind could be knocking down the ball a little bit, and I think that's why I'm kind of staying, maybe leaning under there. But my official play here is going to be on the Guardians to get one here at home in game number 1. Philly Eagle Flyer leaning the Cubs. It's cold out there in the Midwest on Easter Sunday. But you know what? You can still go out there and have an Easter egg hunt, and you don't even have to use plastic eggs. I mean, eggs are cheaper than they've ever been before, and you can get real eggs. And just, I know there's a lot of people want the plastic eggs with the Tootsie Roll, but that's not a real Easter egg hunt, okay? And those are the ones where the parents come out there, and all of a sudden the kids are on the sidelines, and the parents are fighting over the plastic eggs for a damn Tootsie Roll. So get your real eggs, color those eggs, and have a real Easter, and don't put no more plastic eggs, okay? It's an order. It's a national order. All right, here we go. Let's move on here. That's right. It's the cat. It's the ones with the money in it. It's the ones with the money in it, says Robot Clock. That's what the parents are fighting over. All right, here we go. Next up, the Dodgers. Oh, man, the Dodgers are on the road here, taking on the Nats. And, well, what can you say about this Dodger team right now? Man, they're just the best. And they're 6-2 here right now. Funny, no one's kind of off to an undefeated start or anything. Not that it always happens, but got the Dodgers here. They've won the first 2 games of the series. What did I say? They outscored them by 50-1, something like that. For the Dodgers here, you've got Roki Sasaki coming in so far. 2.25 ERA, 1.5 WHIP in that first game. Gave up 4 hits and 1 run. Struck out 4 for Washington here. It's Foster Griffin. Griffin was pretty good. 3.6 ERA, 1.0 WHIP in his debut for this season for this team. Did a nice job there, but still, you got a Dodgers here team, a 210 favorite here in this one. Temperatures here in the mid 60s, but 50% chance of rain. There's a chance this one doesn't even get played with some of the bad weather today. Did see, let me check the injury report here. I think Mookie was reportedly injured here back right now, and being at Sunday, you got to think that Mookie probably going to need a day off here today, it feels like right now. So, if you do take the Nationals, you're probably going to get a little bit of a look, I don't want to say this is my job. I try to speculate on these injuries. And without Mookie, you're going to see this game go down at least 10, 20, maybe even 30 cents on a Sunday like this, the way the Dodgers have been so hot and the way Mookie goes. I think we just saw a goal here. Late, but we're going to review it. Oh, maybe it's off. Is it a good goal here for Gatoff? I guess it's halftime. Halftime at about half the games around the world. So, we'll see if Mookie can make this lineup. It does feel like, probably with a back injury, you're going to want to take a day here in this one today. And I think that's going to cause, if he's in, he's in. But we'll kind of jump on it. Hey, we're only a few hours away, so we might even find out on this broadcast if Mookie is in the lineup here today. There's been no indication so far that he's not. But, again, with a back injury, you got to consider this a bit of a question mark here coming into this one. So go ahead and see what you want to do here in the chat with these hot Dodgers rolling here right now. Man, feels like they're going to be putting up another big day of runs here. I'm going to take the over here in this one with the Dodgers and the Nationals today. Even without Mookie, I think the Dodgers, why wouldn't they? Aren't they going to score at least 6-7 runs today in the first inning? Maybe. Here we go with some picks here. Nationals first 5 for Kane. Blake's on the over. You know it. Hello to Jermaine in the chat. Full game money line. Mookie out, says Cash Kane. Here, Farley on the Nats first 5. And SF Niner does not believe in Easter. He says it's a fake. Fake holidays here. No good fake holidays. Let's see here. Could say every holiday is fake, I guess. Okay, SF Niner says it's all make-believe. It's like Santa Claus. Cash Kane says the Nats will get one here. Robert McCormick is on the under here. Cash Kane says the Nationals jump out on them in the first game, like the first game, and then the Nats pitching ceases to stop those Dodger bats. I think that's what Kane is saying. Nats to put up a chunk of runs, win or lose, says Terrell. Robot Glock says the Nationals as Griffin owns Shohei Ohtani. Philly Eagle Flyers got some hockey picks there in the chat. JP Farley here says Getafe money line, a big underdog here, going to score here. They're in extra time, and it's going to be a winner. Fernando says under or Nats team total under there. All right, SF Niner, another. He says soccer's just not great. Says it's a donation when you bet soccer. And Terrell does not like Marshmallow Peeps. It's in his top 5 worst candies. There was Mike was talking about last night on the show. I never want to cross him up, but he says, the big controversy comes out that they're going to go back to the old recipe. That's just a ploy by the Hershey company to get you to buy more Reese's. They're not really doing much to change anything there. If they did, they'd do it tomorrow. When you're gonna have a rollout of changing the formula, that's not real. That's also fake news. All right, and let's see here. I think that's it for this game. I'll take the over here in this one. All right, let's keep it moving here right now with we got the Marlins taking on the Yankees. We got a big-time Yankees spread here again, 265 with Max Fried. He's already, 5-0 already so far? Is he pitching every game here? Yankees come in 7-1. Fried's already won twice because of that early start game. So 0.5, no ERA so far, 0.53 whip. He's won the Cy Young Award here so far for the first 2 weeks of the season with 10 strikeouts. And Yankees here 285 now, final. 285, 8 over at minus 115 here. And this one for Fried is up against the Sheriff. Paddock here in this one, man, no wonder the Yankees are 285 today. Probably an okay number at this point, man. The Yankees have been just great, 7-1 so far. Miami here, back to a losing streak right now, lost 2 in a row after that easy schedule to start the season that kind of gave them a good record here. They're still 6-3, but have been overmatched in these first 2 games by the score of 17-9.
Final.
17-9 so far in those first 2 games. So we'll see. I mean, I would expect the Yankees to tee off on Paddock. I mean, he's not he might not make it this whole season the way he's looking here so far for Paddock. Comes in here right now with ERA of 8. Is that 1.8 or is that 18 for Chris Paddock? Whip of 2 here, 6 strikeouts so far. I expect the Yankees to blast the Marlins. Too easy to take the run line here, I would think. So I'm going to go here. I believe. Let me see what the chat has to say. I think I know what I'm doing, but they should take care of it here. All right, here we go. I'll go with the chat first, and then I'll make my call on this one since it's a one-sided game. Jimmy, thank you. Happy Easter to you. And let's see. Philly doesn't care, says SF Niner. And Jim said that UConn under. I had one winner in there somewhere. Fernando, how about Liga MX there? All right. Robot Glock says Hershey should get the I don't know what he's saying. Yankees run line here for Farley. Blake's on the Yankees on the run line here. And it's all Yankees. I mean, I knew it. I mean, geez. I mean, well, Nuke, right? We got to win a certain percentage of 250 games here. But you know how I just keep track. I like to just keep track of the money, how each team does. You know, that's I think one of my. I don't know if it's a part of handicapping, but to me, I just kind of look at. You know, when you look at the standings, there's some sites where, you know, it adds up the money for you for each. There's some that does it for the pitcher and some that does it for the whole team. Like if you look right away and see if they're in the plus or the minus, and that kind of helps you keep track a little bit. That's kind of the way I do it, in the standings. Like for example, right now, some teams that are out, you talk about the Yankees. Of course, they're going to be in the plus here. We know they haven't lost, but once they start getting a few losses, will they add up? Yankees are plus 3 units so far this season. Cleveland's up 4 units so far. Boston's down 4 1/3 units. White Sox are down 3 3/4 units so far. The Athletics are down 3.7 units. Texas is up 2.5 units. Here's a perfect example, right? You have Houston 6 and 3. They're up 2 units so far, but the Athletics are 2 and 6. They're down 3 3/4 units. Cincinnati up 2 2/3 units so far. The Cubs are down 2.5 units. Atlanta's up a unit and a quarter so far. Dodgers are up just they have a 6. Dodgers have a 6-2 record, basically up 0.2 units because that's what Luke is talking about. Giants are down 3 1/4 units here already. And I use those sometimes. I'll mix those into our handicap and our previous. Cash Kane says just taking minus 2.5 today, even have a better return there. Robot Clock says Marlins first 5. Terrell, yeah, I think I'll go with the Nestle Crunch there in that one. Robert here on the Yankees on the run line. 9 Legacy says Marlins money line, Nationals money line, and there's a chart for that on covers there. Yes, that's right, Nuke. Yep, that's. I think I mostly look at it over on Odds Shark. I think because of the. I can read the font better if you know what I mean, brother. All right. Norman Powell questionable for the game on Tuesday with Miami. He's having a respiratory illness, it looks like. Andrew said with Fried going, the A's coming to New York, it's going to be an 11-1 start for the Yankees. Man, they're really doing it. Fried's not letting in any runs. Yankees were plus 525 down in that game 4-0 at the early lead to the Marlins. Yankees run line for Barr. Jermaine says Paddock is terrible. And the Yankees late hitting carries the over today. I will take here in this one the over. I'm going to agree with Terrell here. Maybe I need to agree with more of the chat instead of being all cocky like I am on the MMA show there. All right. Could be some rain, could be some more. Right, it's raining. Is it raining everywhere right now today here? Same situation as in Boston pretty much for the Yankee game today. Is it low 60s, 50% chance of rain for sure, a chance of postponement. But, man, Aaron Judge, great matchup. Stanton, great matchup as well. And, bad matchup for Ramirez, for Lopez, for Norby. You got to think the Yankees will crush and put up another big number. Man, it's baseball. Anything could happen. Here we go. Next up, my Padres are on the road taking on Boston. Did anybody say rain in Boston today after what we saw yesterday? Here you go. Another 50% chance of rain here. Winds blowing out 2 left center maybe, 10 miles an hour here. Padres got the win yesterday to improve to 3-5. Boston 2-6. Got to be some concerns here. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Red Sox. Padres go with Walker Buehler. So, Buehler's pretty familiar with playing in Fenway, but Red Sox pretty big favorite here right now, even though the Padres got the win there yesterday. And Boston struggled overall, but the Padres, how they fare against lefty bats, never any good. And I think they have some issues here as well against Ranger Suarez with some of the matchups here, but could still feels like kind of a pitching dual script with the weather the way it was and 3-2 yesterday. Here, look, I wouldn't want to lay the Red Sox at this price. The Padres could slug their way to a low-scoring victory, especially with Ramon Laureano looking pretty sharp right now with that 308 average. Miguel Andujar has done well for the Padres as well, but other than that, really no other Padres doing much of anything. And for Boston, Roman Anthony's holding his own a little bit. Wilyer Abreu also tearing it up here early, but not really much else with the Boston lineup. Narvaez is kind of looking good here as well, but I'm going to go with the under in this one with Padres and the Red Sox today. I'm going under. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. With my Padres, can they get it going here and take this series? Okay, here we go. Red Sox on the money line, says Barr. Cash Kane says Red Sox on the run line. Red Sox money line, get right spot here for JP Farley. Jermaine likes the under as well. Jim says this Sox offense is the worst in baseball right now. Yeah, I'm still going to rate them at least in the middle, if you know what I mean. Not necessarily, just going off of the statistics necessarily, but kind of what I'm seeing here as far as their potential this year. I'm going to have them in about the middle of the row. Blake here says go under. Jermaine's got an alternate under in this one. He likes the under. Robot Glock likes it too. He'll take the Padres on the run line, and Boston hasn't done anything in a year and a half now. Look, they do have a decent matchup here against Walker Buehler. Here, Red Sox bats will welcome him back. Kane says Trevor Story, Contreras, Durbin, these are all good splits against a guy like Buehler. Narvaez, too. Narvaez got a lot of people are reluctant to get involved with props at the bottom of the lineup, but I think Narvaez might be one of the top bats here today. And Padres not a great matchup against Ranger Suarez, of course. Like I said, you got these guys, Jackson Merrill, Gavin Sheets, Cronenworth. Probably a tough matchup, actually, for some of them. 9 legacy on the Padres, and Robert takes the Red Sox first 5, and I will take the under here in this one on Sunday. All right, pardon me here, just a little bit of trouble with my graphic. Here we go. Orioles and the Pirates today. Braxton Ashcraft goes for the Bucks, and wow, man, all of a sudden the Pittsburgh Pirates are feeling like, hey, it's a new era. 4-game winning streak right now. They've got KG in there. Braxton Ashcraft was okay in that first start. 3.0 ERA, 1.33 whip, not great, 3 strikeouts, but wasn't awful. Better than Chris Bassett here. 8.3 ERA, lost the opener. 2.31 whip in that one. Wasn't good in that game. And man, the Pirates really feeling like they might be onto a little something. Hey, let's give them some credit for a good start here. They are favored here, $1.30 total, 8.5 here in this one. And so far, for the Pirates in this good start here to the season right now, they are 6-3. Orioles are just 3-5 so far. Pittsburgh with this winning streak, they hit Bassett well. Historically, some of these bats do see it well off of him. The Orioles bullpen has been shaky, and that could lead to some late inning leakage, I think, here possibly in this game. And the total here, what do we have on the screen at 8.5? Let me see what it. Yeah, pretty much 8.5 flat. Maybe a little bit of 8.5 under in there right now, but Let's see what happens with this Orioles bullpen right now. I have some concerns for them here. If the Pirates all of a sudden got I don't want to say a juggernaut offense, but you look at every team with all these batters here. Um, uh, uh, all these batters here. The Orioles might have problems though at 8.5. But look at these Bucks. I just want to point it out. O'Neal Cruz 290, Brandon Lau 280 here so far. O'Hearn 360 coming in. Nick Gonzalez also some pretty good bats here, but we'll see what the Orioles end up doing here. Maybe some questionable pitching as far as those two guys are concerned, but I am going to take the under here in this one. Of course I am. Come on. Give me the under here at 8.5 under minus 115. This really is just a play on the number for me here. Like I said, the Pirates, I hope they don't kind of go off here. But look, these Orioles, touted Oriole bats. Ward has been good, 290, but Gunnar 240 right now, Alonso 220. Rutschman is hitting 320, doing his normal thing. Bieber's also pretty good. So we'll see. I'm going to take the under, though. Let's see what you guys have. I'll go under in the Orioles and the Pirates game today. And we've got NYC Bars going under here. Orioles to avoid the sweep. Blake says Pirates first 5. Barley says Orioles money line should be 3-2. Says Terrell. That's kind of what I feel like, really. Robot Glock says you got those Sunday unders there. And let's see, Jermaine also going with the under here. Robert's on the Orioles on the money line. Okay. We're cruising here today on Baseball Sunday, so we're going to keep it moving kind of briskly here, and it's going to be Tampa Bay Rays taking on Minnesota Twins here. Major League Baseball action for Sunday. You've got Nick Martinez on the mound here for the Rays. Martinez here so far, 3 ERA, no decision in his first start, 1.0 whip. Simeon Woods Richardson, 3.6 ERA, did lose his first outing, 1.2 whip, though he was okay in that one for the Twins here so far. They come in 3-5. The Rays come in 3-5. So not great starts for these two teams. Tampa Bay is 6-1-1 to the over so far this season. Minnesota is 3-4-1 to the under, but they are 2-0 to the over as a favorite. I believe they are going to be favored here. So could we see some runs today? That's kind of the way that I'm leaning. I know the Sharps are going to be on the under here, but I was thinking the other way right now with these two. Maybe I should go to the side. Let's see what you have here in this game right now. I know, oh man, this is what's going on here. Is anybody watching on X at this point? It says the broadcast is not going out to X. Here are we having that problem again? I just can't seem to get it going live to X. Okay, well, that's all right. I got to keep the show moving. I can't worry about that right now, but we'll get that taken care of. Okay, so I know the Sharps are going to be on the under here in this one, but I'm a little bit suspect actually for this particular matchup that maybe we could see this one. Tampa Bay's bullpen is a disaster right now, 9.24 ERA. Even with Minnesota's slow start, I mean, this could be a pitching and regression type of situation, but I still think in the end maybe we get those. Okay, thank you, Bobby. Must be going on there a little bit. May not be broadcasting. Maybe that was just a link. I'm not sure. Appreciate that, though. So in this one, I'm going to go ahead and take the over here with Minnesota and Tampa Bay today. I feel like I'm the contrarian there right now with that matchup, but only because the Sharps are going to be clearly on the under in this game. And usually I would too, but I think I have problems with the Rays bullpen right now, and I've got to sneak this one over the total. Let's see what everyone else is saying about this one today. All right. Rays team total over for Jermaine. 9 Legacy likes the Rays here in this one. Farley likes Tampa on the money line. Cash Kane says Rays money line over in the first 5. Blake has the over here in this one. Robot Glock has Buxton to hit a home run. And okay, Robert, great. Yeah, I thought that was maybe just the link. I'm not sure. My control panel says it's not broadcasting exactly on X, but thank you. If it is showing on X on the little screen, that's good. That's what I need, not just the link out there. So you know what you're doing. All right, Var says take the over here as well, and I'm going to take the over here. I mean, I could go under in every game here according to my numbers. You know I'm all about that, but I got to put a little bit of the human element in there too. I think that's why I'm here. Otherwise, I would just print out computer picks or something, or AI picks here. All right, next up, Blue Jays on the road here, taking on the White Sox in this one. Eric Lauer going for Toronto here, and Davis Martin here for the White Sox. Martin, 5.4 ERA, 1-0 record, though. Lauer, 3.37, 1-0 record for him as well. Toronto has lost three straight coming in here. White Sox won the first one 5-4, won yesterday 6-3. The White Sox are the team winning, and they're the underdog in this game against Lauer. And Lauer's not anything special. Yeah, delivering from the left side there. That is definitely a bit of a help. But Davis Martin, he's been in the rotation here since last year a little bit, doing a pretty decent job right now. And Chicago's bullpen's a real liability, though. 6.75 ERA so far. I'm sure it does profile as a bounce back spot for this Toronto offense here, but I don't think the price is very good, actually, at $1.60. That's where the hard part comes in, kind of thinking that, might be more apt to put me on the White Sox here, but maybe I'll look at the total here with this one, of course. Let me see how you guys are thinking in the chat, because I'm thinking maybe some runs here, actually. I know the Sharps are going to fare the under here again, but I think I might be on the over here. All right, here we go. And we'll see what you guys want to do in the chat here with this one. Can the Blue Jays salvage one here? All right, let's see here. I think we got a little bit of steam coming in here. St. Louis and Detroit, steam to the over here right now. Just in this 7.5, turning into 8 right now. Steam to the over with St. Louis and Detroit, Leary and Montero. We'll preview that one. It's the night game tonight on Peacock. I'm trying to remember who's got the Sunday night game now. I think Peacock, right? All right. Let me see here. I'm on the Blue Jays and the White Sox. Jim says winds blowing in Minnesota there, or Tarjay in there. Let's see here. It might be over for VAR. Is it over in this one? I think it is over in this one for VAR here. Wind blowing straight out there in the Minnesota game. Jay's run line here for VAR, and Razor says Happy Easter to everyone, even though I would guess it's fake news over here. Razor, I tried to wish everyone Happy Easter, but they told me it was a fake holiday. Jermaine on the over here, I would never say that. I mean, hey, Razor says, thank you. Oh, Razor, what a great invitation. Thank you for the NBA, for the college basketball game. That sounds like a great time. Let's go over and join Razor tomorrow for the big national championship game. Wouldn't miss that for the world. Thank you, Razor. Oh, that sounds like a great time. And hopefully we'll get a great game out of it. White Sox on the run line here for Blake. Also here, Jermaine says the Sox hit those lefties, and that's what's been working for him right now. Jay's on the run line for Robert. Nuke says White Sox get that sweep here today. Wow. And White Sox for Farley here. And oh man, what's the deal with Alejandro? Is he going to be out for a while? Did I miss the news on Alejandro? I had to drop a tweet deck. Can't believe it. I mean, I've lived here with TweetDecks ever since it was invented, but they're charging $40 for it right now at X. I had to draw the line somewhere. I mean, what next? $100 TweetDeck? It's a cool thing to have, but I'll just have to look through a timeline from now. I can't keep a tweet deck up there for $40. I gotta, as a consumer, I gotta draw the line. The thing wasn't even working right. I mean, the list didn't work. All right, do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Here's Cash Kane. He's on the White Sox. Blue Jays to avoid the sweep, says Glock. You guys are on fire in the chat today. Murakami home run. Man, this guy has been terrific, hitting those big bombs there. Sox. Did anybody see the video of that kid, the little leaguer? I don't know if he was a little leaguer, but I think it was a high school game in Japan where he looks like Aaron Judge compared to everybody, a hot prospect from Japan here. Juan Soto is going to be questionable for the Mets. We're seeing that news come in here. We'll get to that preview in just a moment. Robert's on the under. Oh, man, my man Alejandro Kirk from Tijuana. He's a Tijuanese. I'm going to go over in this one with Toronto and Chicago. I'm on a lot of totals here on the morning's team, it feels like. Brewers here on the road taking on the Royals. In this one, you've got Kyle Harrison going here for the Brewers. Brewers are 6-2 right now. Their bats are hot. Their pitching's looking good as well. For Kansas City here, Chris Bubich. Royals come in here 4-4. Bubich is 1.5 ERA, 1-0 record. Harrison 1.8 ERA, 1.0 WHIP, 8 strikeouts so far. Kansas City got that second game of the doubleheader yesterday. It was a split of the doubleheader. Milwaukee won 5-2 in game one. Then the Royals came back with an 8-2 win in game number 2. And this one you do have here. Kansas City, a slight favorite here, $1.20 and 7.5 in this one. Look, the Brewers top 5 lineup for sure for me right now. A little bit of a tough matchup maybe for Ortiz and Contreras, but against Bubich, I don't think it'll be much of a problem. Royals have a nice matchup here with Vinny P and Caglianone as well, and Jensen and Kyle Isbell, but man, these Brewer bats are just hot, it feels like right now, and can't be stopped. Really good start here for the Brewers. And not only that, their bullpen, 2.27 ERA so far this season. Kansas City, not really trustworthy as a favorite. Maybe could be a lower scoring game. I don't mind these two pitchers right now. We'll see. But both good returns so far in that first start, and never get a matchup of a couple of lefties here. Now total is kind of going down, but I want to take the under here. It's already gone from 8 to 7.5 here right now. I mean, that shows that oh no, let me see. Yeah, from 8 to 7.5, a whole run drop here, half a run drop. I'm going to go with the under. I mean, I got to respect the move here right now. Give me the under at 7.5 here in this one with the Brewers and the Royals. I'm going to go under. Let's see what the chat's doing here. Going to be Jim Deweiger says take the Royals. Public Enemies on the under here. Cash Kane under first 5. Hello to Public Enemy today. Robert's on the under as well. I promise I didn't look before I made the pick. I'm going to be on a lot of unders today. It feels like halftime. I guess it's halftime. Let's see what we got here. Halftime and a lot of games. Halftime. Farley's on the Royals here, and Terrell was going to go there to the Negro League Hall of Fame in Kansas City. Oh, I didn't get to make it. Terrell, I'm a big fan of the Negro Leagues, and much I've looked a lot into the history of the Negro Leagues, and one thing I got a big joy out of probably about it may have been I might be 20 years ago now, but a player, an old player used to come in to play poker, and he would always sit in like the 1 seat or the 9 seat right next to the dealer, and really enjoyed talking about the Negro Leagues with him. He could barely get the words, but he was a great guy, and he just passed away a few years ago, and really enjoyed listening to him tell the stories. I mean, he was a legitimate player. I'm trying to think of his name. Should know his name right now.
Final.
Let's see if I can. Gosh. Oh man, I'm trying to think because he would come in and oh God, I really want to think of this right now because he was such a cool guy. He even had like his little baseball card. Bobo Henderson, Neil Bobo Henderson. You can look this guy up. He's a good player in the Negro Leagues, and he would come in and play poker every Sunday, and loved regaling the stories of the players in the Negro Leagues. Neil Bobo Henderson. I believe he's passed away now. I mean, I'm sure he has. Didn't we say it like that? But he must have been in his 80s when I was dealing to him 15 years ago or 20 years ago. So, but I think I remember seeing his note. He's a notable enough player that when he passed away, it was. I hope I'm saying it right. Robert here on the Royals first five money line, and Robot Clock likes the Royals here in this one. And did I say what I'm doing here? Yes, I said the under. Okay. All right, the Reds are at the Rangers here with Chase Burns going against Jack Leiter. Seems like an okay matchup here with the Chase Burns, of course. I mean, man, he's awesome here. Looked good in that first start. No ERA, got the win here. Jack Leiter got the win in his first start as well. Burns, 7 strikeouts, 0.8 whip. Leiter, 3 ERA, 1.0 whip, 8 strikeouts. And, Cincinnati's won both in the series so far. Texas has lost 3 straight here right now, including the first 2 at home in this series, 5-3 and just 2-0 yesterday in that game. And Cincinnati got 2 runs in the top of the first, and that's all they needed. Dela Cruz had an RBI. Sal Stewart, what can you say about this guy's numbers so far? It's just a cool guy with a good bat. Sal Stewart hitting here over 400 so far this season. Now the Rangers are going to be favored here, $1.25 at home to at least get one here, but I would expect some pitching between Burns and Leiter here, but let's see how you guys have it here in the chat today when the Reds take on the Rangers here. It feels like Cincinnati might be a little bit undervalued here, even money right now. 5-3. They've got a real strong dog profile here, it feels like so far. I mean, having won these last 2 games here right now, and right now as an underdog, Cincinnati 4 wins already as an underdog. So Texas on this 3-game skid, definitely struggling offensively right now. You look at some of these averages for Texas here. Now, Nimmo is doing great, hitting 375. You got Langford, 167. Peterson's looking for a hit. Smith, $1.25. Jung, 143. Burger Time's looking pretty sharp. Seager's been okay here so far, but let's see what you have here with the Rangers taking on the Reds in this one. And see what you got here. I don't know. I think the Reds kind of profile interestingly here at even money. Let's see if anybody is going with them in the chat. I want to see the chat first before I make my commitment. Okay, Reds and Rangers here. Looking for the picks here. I think this one, yeah, maybe with Blake going under here, Kane's going under. Should be a good pitcher's duel. I agree with that. Reds here for Robot Glock. I kind of want to take the Reds here in this one with Chase Burns. I agree. You guys are already on the under. I'm not going to just pile on and let's all take the under. I think you can hear in my voice. I'm going to be taking the under here probably as a play for sure. But let me go with the Reds here as my play on the show. And Robot Glock says that run line sure is pricey for the Reds. Yeah. When you got a closely rated game, I guess that's going to be the case. Jermaine says Texas on the money line. Thank you, guys. Hope we're not going too fast here. We got so many games to cover here. Phillies and the Rocks. In this one, you got Taiwan Walker going up against Tomiyasu Sugano here for the Rockies. I complained about the Rockies not getting any guys, but hey, they got Sugano. Tomoyuki Sagano here, 1.93 ERA, 0.86 whip, 4 strikeouts. Hey, he did pretty well in that first game. Walker that got shelled, 11.5 ERA in 1 start. 2.79 whip, didn't go very far, but the Phillies are hot and they love Colorado, don't they? They've beaten Colorado how many games in a row? 9, 10, 11, who knows? Rockies cannot beat the Phillies for the life of them here right now. This is one of the most dominating series in all of baseball here currently. Phillies have won 9 straight meetings between the two, 6 straight games here in Colorado. 13 of the last 18 meetings between the two teams have gone under, but come on, huh? Phillies might get the total here, I would think, in this game. Let's see how you have it, though. But this is a, what can you say, a Phillies dominated series. It got this classic Coors-style inflation for the total here at 11. Is it really 11.5? Is that where we're expecting? 11 over 15? I'm not saying, I'm old enough to remember when the total was 13 in Colorado. Come on. Then we put the balls in the humidor, and that changed everything. So I don't know, at 11 over 15, I'm probably going to go over, but you guys might go over too. Let me see what you guys have in the chat. In this one, you got this Philly lineup against, Sugano. He's had his ups and downs so far in the major leagues. I think that's clear. And Rocky's bullpen kind of equals runs, so Phillies could be in position here for a blowout. It's just a kind of a big price, but hey, you always can get a decent run line, and with more volatility, more chance of a multi-run game. Although the Rockies, we'll note here though, run line so far, Phillies 2-6 is a run line favorite. The Rockies are 6-2 as a run line underdog, which is interesting when you're the Rockies, right? 2-6. Here, meaning 4 of the games have been one-run games of the 8, and the Rockies have been able to get the money. Same thing for the Phillies, right? They're 5-3, but just 2-6 on the run line, so 3 one-run games that they've actually lost. They didn't cover as a run line favorite there. I should make it clear. 2-6 is a run line favorite, but still 3 runs where they've only won by 1 run. Here, maybe the fact that's in Colorado that can change things because of the extra runs, if you know what I mean. Let me get going here. I need some tacos here on Easter Sunday. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here in this one with the Phillies and the Rockies. Do you think the Phillies can pound away again, or can the Rockies stay within 1 run? That's what it feels like they do. They're, like I said, let me make it clear, 2-6 straight up, 6-2 as a run line. They've been underdogs in every game. 6-2 on the run line. Phillies 5-3, 2-6 on the run line. Okay, here we go with the picks. Rockies first 5 for Blake. Rockies first 5 for Kane. When you see 2 back and forth, we always think that's pretty significant. Farley's on the over here. Kane says we're on the same page. Robert's on the over.
Final.
Phillies run line for Robot Glock. Rockies money line, though, for 9 Legacy. Walker struggled. VAR here on the over. Public Enemy says Rockies run line or maybe even the money line. There's some Rockies support in this chat. Blake says that Taijuan Walker is a straight fade here right now. Look, you're probably going to have to rely on the offense, right? The way he looked there so far here. But, all right, I guess I got to make my call in this one between the Phillies and the Rockies. I picked so many totals, I don't want to just default to them here. I'm going to take the Rockies on the run line here in this one. I like the fact that they're staying competitive here right now early in the season, and I'll try them here even against the big bad Phillies. Give me the Rockies here. I think the line's actually moving here. We might be getting some subtle steam right now in the game here. I just saw the line moving here. All right. Hey, we do have one lineup in so far. It's in my Padre game. Let's take a look at it.
Major line move. Final.
For the Padres, Laureano, Tatis, Merrill, Machado, Andujar,
Final.
Bogarts, Castellanos, Cronenworth, and Campasano. For the Red Sox, Anthony, Story, Duran, Contreras, Abreu, Yoshida, Durbin, Mayer, and Narvaez. We'll check out some other lineups as they come out. That's the only one I have so far, though. Okay, do we have a few more? Bar was on the over. Public Enemy, Rockies. I think we said those. Oh, yeah. Hello to Elliot. He likes the Rockies and the over as well. All right. Well, I'm not worried that, hey, in this chat, we don't fade this chat, okay?
Final.
Mets and Giants here on Sunday. Kodai Senga. Let me adjust my belt. Let me adjust my old man pants here. Kodai Senga going up against Logan Webb here in this one, and a closely rated game here for sure with the Giants. Logan Webb, 7.38 ERA so far. One of those pitchers here, not a great start, 1.55 whip, 12 strikeouts, still Logan Webb-like for the Mets here. And Kodai Senga, 3 ERA, lost his first start, 1.17 whip, 9 strikeouts here for Kodai Senga. And see how you're going to play it here. Mets are 5-4. The Giants are just 3-6 so far. Rugged start so far for the Giants here. Both bullpens are doing pretty well, especially the Mets, 1.82 ERA. The Giants' offense has been inconsistent, that's for sure. Casey Schmidt, I believe, is going to be, I think he's out today. My man Casey Schmidt there. We don't have the lineup yet, but like I said, some of these Giants bats, Adames 206, Devers 200. You guys are making fun of him in the chat. Elio Ramos 200 here. Rise is hitting 278, but that's almost low for him. Chapman 200. Jung Ho Lee 172. This is a bad offense here right now for the Giants. They're not really hanging here at this point. So, kind of lean to the Mets here, I think, right now with the way things are going. Look, they've had some guys producing a little bit in this lineup. Luis Robert has looked pretty good. I mean, Vientos is on fire here so far to start the season. I think did Frankie Alvarez, I think, hit a couple of home runs there. So let's see what you have in this one with the Mets and the Giants here today. I think the Sharps are going to be on the Giants, but I'm going to probably take the Mets here, and I think they could put some runs. I'm going to take the over, actually, in this one with the Mets and the Giants. Give me the over here in this matchup today at 7/20. I mean, obviously the game is set up here. It's going to be a low, supposed to be kind of a low scoring game. I'm going to sneak it over though here. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Giants money line here for Kane. Yep, Soto with that. Is it a calf injury or an ankle injury? I couldn't tell. What did they say? Calf injury, right? A calf injury. Blake here is saying under in that Padres game. Thanks. Chapman for a home run here, says Robot Glock. Did get some news here in the last couple of minutes. Cade Horton of the Cubs has been placed on the 15-day injured list after he left the game the other day in the second inning. So bummer there for Cade Horton. Public Enemy's on the Mets. And Mets for Blake. Farley's on the Giants. Yeah, it seems pretty bad for Soto right now. It does feel like it's going to be a little bit of an extended absence here. Giants first 5 for Robert. 9 Legacy's on the Mets money line. And Elliott is on the Giants on the money line. So a little bit of two-way action there, but I'm going to take the over in this one. All right, we're getting close here to the finish of our baseball card. We got a lot more sports bets to go. And we got the Astros taking on the A's here in Sacramento today. Lance McCullers goes here for the Stros. McCullers, 1.29 ERA. Astros are 6-3 so far. They won the game yesterday. For the Athletics here, Jacob Lopez, 6.75 ERA. He lost his first start. coming into this one. Astros here put up a big 11 runs there yesterday, crushed them. So we'll see. Houston's offense against weak A's pitching here might be a pretty okay spot for the Astros, even as a small favorite. Got to give the A's some credit for that first win, but yesterday they couldn't even get a run. The winning team has scored 11 runs in both games so far. Astros 3-2 as a favorite. A's not only 2-6, but 1-5 as an underdog. So even though they did get a win, they still are 2-6, and the Astros are looking pretty decent right now. So I think here at $1.30 or so, whatever you want to call it. Do I have the line back, the wrong favorite here? Yeah, sorry about that. Just had on the wrong side. It's not a. In fact, like I said, it might be over even more than $1.15 right now. It is. Well, there's some $1.20s. There's even a little higher than $1.20, but I'll call it $1.20. And the total, yeah, you could say I just had the line totally wrong. That's all. Total is 10. I think I had the duplicate line there from the Mets and the Giants game is what it was. That's the line right there. And that's good enough for me. I think the Astros here are the team to look at. Again, at only $1.20 today. McCullers did look decent. I still like McCullers here when he's healthy, and feels like he is for now. So I think the Astros probably a pretty good price at $1.20. There's Blake on the Astros. Farley's on the over, though. And hopefully it was 10 runs. Kane's on the Astros on the money line and the run line. Here's Elliott on the over. Robert says A's money line. Kane on the over. Elliott on the over here as well. So I'll take the Astros, though, to get the next one here. The Mariners are on the road taking on the Angels. Luis Castillo here goes up against R. Johnson. R. Johnson? Is Randy Johnson making a comeback here with that's Ryan Johnson. Okay, well, Ryan Johnson has a 16.2 ERA. Randy Johnson would have had a 1.2 ERA. For the Mariners here, veteran Luis Castillo, he's got the Randy Johnson-like ERA of 0.83 whip, 7 strikeouts for Castillo. The Angels, though, do have a secret weapon in outfielder Joe Adell. 3 home run robberies. Now, look, they play with that old school short fence there, but it doesn't matter. The fence is there. The outfielder's there. They're not all – you don't always have to jump up to 10 feet and rob it. Yesterday, Odell, there in the right field corner, went into the stands and caught that ball and was standing there right with the ball, and the fans were cheering. And what an awesome moment. If anybody's been there, close to the action, the player comes into the crowd and everything. Get rid of those nets, man. I like that. So, but Adele, 3 home run robberies in the game yesterday. I mean, that's got to be a world record. We've seen two. Remember, who was it in the playoffs for them? Was it the Mets going up and catching? Remember that? What was that, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? Jumped on the fence, caught those balls. But Joe Adell, pretty exciting defense. Kind of reminds me of myself out there. Let's get into it, though, seriously here with the Angels did end up getting the win thanks to Joe Adell. I mean, it wasn't no joke. I mean, he helped win that game. The final score was 1-0 yesterday for the Angels there, as they got a run in the first inning, and that was it. The pitching was good from the Angels with Jack Kahanowitz, and the bullpen did well. They outdueled their Emerson Hancock, who's looked pretty good here as well. But let's see how you have this one with the Mariners taking on the Angels today. Seattle's bullpen has been pretty dominant too, 2.28 ERA so far. So, the Angels have been pretty volatile here. They're 4-5, but so are the Mariners right now. The Mariners should be the better team with the better pitching, but man, at this price, I guess Castillo against Johnson, though, does kind of make me favor the Mariners a little bit here. And, you're going to have to lay the run line. So not a comfortable price, but I think that's the way I'd still lean. Even with that, even as I'm trying to pump it up here a little bit, maybe the total might be the best way to go here in this one. And hey, it was 1-0 yesterday, and I I didn't have a public play on it. I bet the over like a fool there. I think I might have mentioned on the show, but it wasn't a big, just a 10 spot, but just wanted to keep an eye on that total. So give it into the under though here in this one officially. I'm going to go a little stronger in this one and take the under with Castillo and Johnson, Ryan Johnson here, not Randy. Don't call me Randy. Let's see, we got any picks from the chat here with the Mariners today. Blake's going to take the Angels on the run line. Jim says go under here. And Kane not liking these pitchers. Maybe he'll go over. Adele to hit a home run. Since home run robbery, it's kind of an unofficial stat. I think they do kind of keep track of it, but I don't think you can have a bet there, right? To hit a home run and take one away. Here's under for Elliott. Robert's still going to go with Seattle on the -1 line there. And I probably got to think that's right. But I'll take here in this one the under. All right, and let's take a look here right now. Valencia, are they celebrating a goal, or was that earlier? I think that was earlier. Valencia leading here over Celta de Vigo. All right, a couple more games here. We got the Braves taking on the Diamondbacks with Yuri Perez here going, Martin Perez, wrong Perez. Martin Perez. But although he was effective in that first game, 4.46 whip, 3 strikeouts going up here against Brandon Pfaadt here, 7.5 ERA. We're getting the same Pfaadt as ever, 1.17 on the whip here so far. So still the Diamondbacks, they are favored in the game. $1.15 here at home. I'm showing a few books starting to move Atlanta to the favorite a little bit here. It might be a pick 'em. Let's just call it. I think we're going to move it to pick 'em here on the screen anyway. And the total is 9/20 here in this one with the Braves taking on the Diamondbacks here in Arizona. But yesterday, a low-scoring game again, just 2-1. Out of the 3 games in this series so far, the score was 2-1 yesterday. It was 2-0 on Friday, and on Thursday it was 17-2. I mean, okay, I know that's a lot of runs, but note that the Braves only scored 2 runs in that game. So basically, out of the 3 games so far, 0 runs, 1 run, or 2 runs for 5 of the teams. I don't know how else to say it, but no team has scored more than 2 runs except for that 17-run explosion out of the 3 games so far. So you got to think here, whatever's going on in this. Now, I will say this: the roof rarely is open there in Arizona, but it was for the first 3 games of the series. The weather's pretty nice, so once we start to get a little warmer, it'll be closed all the time. Now, because today's game is a day game, they are closing the roof. So could that change the elements a little bit? You're always dealing 9s anyways here in Arizona. You expect high-scoring games, but like I said, the runs were suppressed in the series so far. I'm throwing out the 17. I'm not throwing it out, but I'm not including it. It'd be ridiculous to sit here and say, boy, look at this series here so far. There's been 24 runs in 3 games. They're averaging 8 runs a game. No, these 2 teams are averaging they're averaging about 1 run a game, except for it just happened to be that Arizona scored 17 in the one game back there. So, all right, let me see though what you think here. This one. With the Braves and the Diamondbacks here, I'm going under. I already know that here with this one. Give me the under here with the Braves and the Diamondbacks today, and we'll go to the chat real quick. Here we go with Trevor's here. Hi, Trevor. Nice to see you in there. And he likes the over in this one. And Cash Kane on the Diamondbacks. Farley's on the Diamondbacks. Blake's on the Braves, first 5. Also here we have Barr on the Braves money line. Diamondbacks and Elliott. Diamondbacks and under for Elliott. Money line there. Robert likes the Braves on the money line. And Robot says the Braves bats have disappeared. Take the Diamondbacks on the run line. Yeah, I know, but a lot of people, kind of down on BFOT here, but the Braves bats so far, Acuna's struggling, Baldwin, 257. I'm not down on him. Olsen's been good. Riley not so much. Yaz is slumping again all of a sudden. Albies has been fine. Also, Smith has been good, and Dubon. So they've had their share here so far. Talking about the Atlanta Braves here. But I'll take the under in this one. All right, is that it for the major? No, we got to talk about that night game here. We said the steam came in on the over in this one of the Cardinals and the Tigers. Wow, and it's up to. In fact, Circa is showing 8.5, 8.5 shaded to the under right now. I'll call it 8 over 15, but Circa is definitely on an 8.5 here. And Detroit favored $1.35 with Keter Montero going here for the Tigers. For the Cardinals here, it'll be Kyle Leahy, 7.2 ERA, lost his first game there. Montero gets the start here for the Tigers. And we'll see what you guys have here. This has been the last game there. Like I said, there's that game 2 of the doubleheader, Cubs and Cleveland. We do know the pitcher. The pitchers, by the way, for that game will be Shoto Imanaga for the Cubs and Messick in there for the Guardians. Okay, but in this one here, Sunday Night Baseball on Peacock, Detroit, man, so far so good at home. Man, they've looked really good here at home with the first 2 wins over St. Louis, 11-6 and 4-0. They've dominated the series so far. That steam came in on the over. I don't know. St. Louis offense has not clicked, and this, you're going to have the bullpen here, the Tigers, looking pretty good. I don't know if I want to necessarily fade the steam here. I think I'm just going to take the Tigers here in this one, try to figure out now after the show what's going on with that steam move to the over here. But I'll take the Tigers in this one. St. Louis lost the first 2. Both teams are 4-4 right now, and both teams also are 4 overs and 4 unders so far this season. But let me take the Tigers here in this one, and then we'll try to figure it out. By the way, in that second game of the doubleheader, Cubs $1.25 or $1.30 favorite. It looks like total 7.5 under 20, and that's a look at the major leagues for Sunday. Your plays are coming in here real quick with the Tigers fat run line plus $1.55 for Robot Glock. Tigers money line and over for Elliott. Blake likes the over here. Farley Cards money line. Robert Tigers money line, and Cash Kane says Cardinals get their first road win. Robert will take the under in this one. All right, let's get moving here right now. That's it for the major leagues. We're going to go to the NBA next. And we're going to skip the first 2 games because, well, the first 2 games are Memphis and Milwaukee and Washington and Brooklyn. You're on your own there. Okay, here we go. First up officially on our show, we got a big block of games, 4 games, including those 2 crummy games at 3:40 Eastern, 12:40 Pacific. But the Phoenix Suns are on the road, taking on the Chicago Bulls. And we're in the tankathon here with the Suns. Pretty big favorite right now. We got a lineup here in the major leagues here. At least let's see if we can't squeeze it in here. Dodgers and Nationals. For the Dodgers, Otani, Rojas, Hernandez, Freeman, Paez, Call, Espinal, Rushing, and Freeland. Man, how do they do it? How do these Dodgers do it? For the Nationals, Wood, Nunez, Garcia, Lyle, Weimer, Abrams, Vivas, Ruiz, and Tenna. And Tenna. You know what? That sounds a little more even maybe than it should be. Okay, let's talk NBA basketball, though. Suns here in this one. Look, we're in a tankathon game here. The Bulls, not a great cover, really. Phoenix is a great cover. Bulls are in one of those losing streaks here, like a lot of these tankathon teams are right now. For the Suns here, they do have back-to-back losses to Orlando and Charlotte. The timing isn't great, but they're going to hang on, it feels like, to 7th place here as they have just 5 games left. I guess the Blazers are a little bit on their tail. They're not going to catch the Timberwolves. They're going to finish in 7th, most likely, no matter what. And they should win this game, so that's going to help them even more kind of secure that spot. The Bulls, meanwhile, here are on, like I said, another long losing streak and can't get out of their own way here at this point. For Chicago here, that the latest losing streak is 6 games. They're 2-4 against the spread in their last 6. Phoenix has won 11 of the last 12 meetings, by the way, between the two teams. The only victory in that span by the Chicago Bulls was the meeting it was the meeting here just yesterday, or not yesterday, 1 month ago. 105 to 103. The Bulls won as 11-point dog in Phoenix. So a little bit of revenge even here for stopping that 10-game losing streak against them.
Final.
Oh, man. Hisatsune is coming on. That's the only guy I have here in the golf tournament. But Hisatsune having a good third round here, trying to put the pressure on Bobby Mack. Okay, let's see what you have, though, here with the Suns taking on the Bulls here this afternoon. And like I said, it feels like, man, they won. They actually lost that game, huh? The Bulls won to stop a massive losing streak against this team. Okay, well, Chicago's also just 3-12 at home in their last 15. Phoenix, 5 straight overs, and Bulls, 5 of their last 7, I believe, have gone over here as well. So, you know what? We might. These two teams are kind of under teams, but with the pace and the defensive drop-offs we're seeing here late in the season, could it be an over here between these two? Phoenix is 21-17 to the over on the road. I mean, overall, these are under teams, especially Chicago. 15-24 to the under at home. These two teams have trended under overall, but like I said, there's plenty of reasons to go over in a lot of these games. Even I realize it here, even though, I don't know, today I'm still considering some unders, like my numbers are kind of off, but not in this one, man. I'm going to take the over here with the Suns and the Bulls. The Bulls are really going over in some of these games. Look at some of the scores they've had here. They just gave up 136 to the Knicks the other night. Gave up 145 to Indiana. Gave up 129 to the Spurs, 125 to the Grizzlies, 131 to the Thunder. There's some good teams in there, no doubt. But you know what? The Suns aren't bad either. I'm going to take the over in this one with the Suns and the Bulls. Here we go. Let's take a look. Hey, Bread Chasing Brian. Nice to see Bread Chasing Brian in there. He's ready for hockey. Public Enemy says, he's on the Bucks. Public Enemy on the Suns, -10 for those. He took the Bucks in that other game. Thank you for doing that, Public Enemy. Like I said, we're not previewing those, so got to get some picks out there for some of the guys.
Halftime.
Suns here for Farley. Jordy says,
Halftime.
Suns money line and Booker to get his points. Elliott's on the over here in this one. I'm going to take the over as well. Raptors and Celtics also in that 340 group here with the Celtics favored by 9.5, maybe 10. They've won 2 in a row. Man, the Celtics. Now the Raptors, this thing. This ain't no tankathon game here, but still Boston 31-24 as a favorite against the spread.
Final.
But you know what? Toronto 21-18 on the road against the spread here. Feels like they should be competitive in this game with Boston here. Yes, Boston is rocking at this point. I mean, the crazy thing about the Celtics here and their likely second place finish, Detroit is still going to finish ahead of them here. I don't think Boston's going to fall behind the Knicks. I don't think they're going to catch the Pistons here. So could be a case of, a little bit of complacency here for Boston. They're going to be in second place no matter what. Meanwhile, the Raptors probably have some motivation. They're in sixth place. You don't want to fall to seventh place. That puts you in the play-in. Even though, usually you can get there. You got to play those extra games. The Raptors have deserved to be possibly in sixth. I mean, you got to like them better than the Sixers, but that's who they would fall behind. So I got to think they can be competitive here. Yes, Boston has been taking on all comers. It feels like every time they've been winning right now, they've been covering. They covered against the Bucks, laying a big number. They covered against Miami, remember. They covered against Charlotte. They did. Sorry, gang. That was a long night with the guys there last night. For Atlanta here, for the Celtics here, they beat Atlanta, and then Atlanta did come back and bite them back on their home floor, but that's okay. Atlanta's, obviously going to the playoffs and playing well also, but so are the Raptors. They got a good team here. I think there is a little bit of injury information, though, worth checking out. Chucky Hepburn is out. Quickly is out as well. Vucevic is out here for Boston. I got to take these points right now at 9.5 here with the Toronto Raptors here. They're playing well. Need this win more than Boston. I think we'll have the Raptors a little bit stronger motivation. Not that Boston, couldn't be on and take somebody down by double digits right now, it feels like. But okay, here we go. Over for Elliott. Suns win the first to 10. Boston's locked into the 2 seed, right? Robot, you don't need me. I just could have just put this up on screen and didn't have to talk and yawn or anything. Kind of saying it exactly what it is there, right? Farley on the Raptors. And Elliott on the Raptors as well. I'm going to take the Raptors. Okay. I didn't mean to be so brief on it. Look, Boston's 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall, and don't sleep on the fact that Boston has won 14 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams. I think it's strongly correlated that the game here feels like this is a dead solid under between two teams that are combined 58-96 to the under this season. Man, that's got to be 60+%. I'm good with math in my head, but that one's a little bit too much at this hour. Also, 13 last 19 games between the two teams have gone under as well. I'm going to take Toronto, though, still. Elliott says, or Robot Glock says, Celtics first game since the Pistons clinched that first place overall record. And Jordy says Celtics on the money line and Tatum to get that 20 points. So, yeah, just a little bit of complacency there. Probably the Celtics, a little to play for right now. And the Raptors, a lot to play for. So I think they'll be trying hard. Pacers and Cavaliers here, NBA action for a Sunday with Indiana on the road here, getting, just 15.5 in the tankathon. But get this. Okay, so yeah, I know we roll a lot of these teams here right now, laying the big points or whatever. This total actually is 239. Let me halftime. And the game is now at 15.5, and it opened 17.5. So that just goes to show you that the Pacers, here's the thing. We know the Cleveland Cavaliers have been one of the worst covers this season. They're 21-41 against the spread as a favorite. And now you're asking them to lay these points against a Pacers team that's one of the hottest spread teams in the league right now, unquestionably. Here for the Indiana Pacers. They've covered 7 of their last 8 games overall. Even though Cleveland's won 7 of their last 9 and 10 of their last 13, they've gone 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games. So see what you think there here. But Cleveland just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. Indiana 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. So you might have a little, a reverse tankathon here. Indiana's gone over also in 9 of their last 10 games in this right now. So maybe if you don't like taking them here, I'm going to take Indiana, I think, though. Pacers and over for Elliott. Farley's on the Pacers here. I got to take the Pacers in this one, plus the points against the Cavaliers. They're just not a good cover team. Hey, they're fine. Also, Mobley out. Should mention. He's out of this game. There are a couple injuries here. Indiana has some injuries as well. Siakam out, McConnell out, Nesmith out, Nemard out. A lot of guys missing for Indiana. But Cleveland, Merrill out, Jared Allen is out, Dean Wade, he's been out here for a week. So I'll go ahead and take the points here in what looks like kind of a volatile. Right. Let's see here. Oh, speaking of which, okay, we got here's a little information anyway in that first game. This will maybe give us some, and we didn't preview it, but Steam just came in on the over in the game between Memphis and Milwaukee at 227.5. That thing's going up to 229 right now. It's already moved 3 or 4 points since the original opener. Okay, Robot says Cooper Flagg helps his rookie chances with a big game today. And Public Enemy says Cavs Pacers under. Next up, the Hornets are taking on the Timberwolves in a real nice game here for sure. Hornets 2-point favorite on the road, 227.5. For the Hornets here, look, they've been one of the best cover teams all season long, and they're still, they've won 3 in a row. The Wolves have lost 2 in a row. I said the Wolves, where's this team been, right? When they win, you never know it. They've lost here to Detroit and Philadelphia over the last 2 games. Charlotte, meanwhile, comes in 3-game winning streak over Brooklyn, Phoenix, and Indiana. Not the toughest schedule, but doesn't matter right now for Charlotte here, because they are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 49-29 against the spread overall. Charlotte's been one of the best cover teams, if not the best team in the league cover-wise, 23-15 against the spread on the road. Minnesota, meanwhile, 17-22 against the spread at home, 34-43 against the spread overall here. So we've got to like the Hornets' chances, but I'm going to take the under, I think, for sure in this one. Right now, you've got 2 teams hardcore unders. Minnesota 12-27 to the under at home. Charlotte 16-22 to the under on the road. I think you got to go under here in this one with Charlotte and Minnesota here today. Like I said, Charlotte 8-2 straight up against the spread. Their last 10 games, both teams trending heavily to the under, especially the Minnesota home. So give me the under here in this one, Hornets and the Timberwolves. Let's see what the chat says here. Anthony Edwards, in or out? I think he's out. We don't know for sure right now. Still questionable here, but if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, and given their current position in the Western Conference standings, they're well clear of the Suns. They are not going to be forced into the play-in tournament. They are going to finish 6th here. They could move up. They're 2 games back of the Rockets, though, so feels like a 6th place finish is almost a certainty for the Timberwolves here. Meanwhile, the Hornets are fighting like mad to try to get out of that of the play-in here, but they've moved all the way up to 8th because of their hot streaks all second half of the season. Now they've won 3 in a row. They could catch the Sixers here today, or almost anyway. There's a chance the way the Hornets are playing, maybe they could catch the Raptors, but only 5 games left in the season. Hornets have 6 games left, including today. Give me the under here in this one. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We do have some plays here. Hornets here for Blake. Hornets for Public Enemy. Elliot says Hornets and under. Farley on the Hornets. Public Enemy says Ant is playing. Okay, I didn't have that. I have him still as questionable and not knowing that. But thank you, Public Enemy. Ant is playing, he says there. Okay. I was not sure. I was questioning whether or not you need to even play him in there. I do have one breaking news story here right now. Kyle Tucker is not in the starting lineup. He's just taking his rest day today for the Dodgers. Maybe shouldn't matter. Let's give the other Dodger hitters a chance to get in there. What do we go over these here? Farley on the Hornets. Yeah, we did. There's Nine Legacies plays. Thank you, Nine Legacy. Astros run line, Rangers money line, Braves money line, Cardinals money line, Angels money line. Robot Clock says Hornets here -2. And also Hornets here. Canepo 15 points and Hornets for Jordy. Happy Easter to Stop Geo. Thank you for coming by. All right, the Magic are going to take on here the Pelicans in this one. You got the Magic here favored by 4.5 on the road against the Pelicans here. Just, kind of shows you a little bit. This is a tankathon game, but not a big spread, mostly because, the Pelicans have been a pretty decent cover, but not right now. They're on a big losing streak. So I don't know what gives them in this situation. New Orleans has lost 7 in a row, 0-5 against the spread in their last 8. Magic are 8-0 straight up and against the spread against the Pelicans here. Seems like a great matchup for them, but I'll probably just take the over in this one. Should go over. The move has been on the over here right now, sitting at 236.5 up from 234.5. I like the over with these two. You got the Magic here, 26-21 to the over as a favorite here right now. Pelicans, not much to play for. Give me the over in this one with the Magic and the Pelicans today at 236.5. Let's see if the chat has anything on this one. I think the key for me is not only that Magic 8-0 against the spread and straight up. I think the Magic should be able to handle this one, favored by 4.5. But also Pelicans on that 7-game losing streak. So Orlando, the overs have been coming in, but the Pelicans so inconsistent. With some of their offensive numbers overall, and this losing streak right now, not only 7 straight losses, but 5 straight ATS losses as well. So I'll take the under though here with the over here with the Magic and the Pelicans today. I'm going over. Okay, here we go with Public Enemy on the Pelicans here. Farley took the Magic. Elliott, Pelicans and under. Public Enemy says Pelicans recovering. DeJounte came back, and now what's going on with them? They're struggling again. Here's Robot Clock. Pelicans first half. All right, hope it's okay. We're going kind of fast here with our card today, but lots of games, lots of good picks here. Hopefully the Jazz are taking on the Thunder in this one. The Thunder are only favored by 22.5. They're favored by 24 now. The one thing about the tankathon games, the spreads that have kind of gone, like a runaway spread are kind of not getting there for the most part. We saw the game yesterday. What was it? 16.5 there for the Heat. It went up to 19, didn't cover. So I don't know. These are getting kind of strange. Utah's throwing up a makeshift lineup out there for sure with the Harkless, he's out. Collier's out right now. Thunder here. Caruso probable. They're pretty much healthy, but still a 24-point spread here in this one with the Jazz and the Thunder. You got to draw the line somewhere, don't you? here. This one just keeps going up. No rhyme or reason other than the fact that Utah is on a massive losing streak and also not covering. And they've lost 8 straight to Oklahoma City, 1-4 against the spread against them. Utah's lost 8 in a row. Oklahoma City's won 16 of their last 17 games, but are just 5-12 against the spread in their last 17 games overall. So that's where that comes in. They're just not really covering, and I gotta draw the line here. Give me the Utah Jazz in this one against the mighty Thunder. Come on, 24. I mean, even I'm gonna go the other way in this one. All right, let's see here. Jazz for Blake. Elliott's going Jazz and under. Maybe the Jazz are the I'll call it a square side. We're on them. I'm taking them. Give me the Jazz here in this one. Look, massive number, but a blowout risk of potential here could keep that under, but I'm going over. I think Utah's defense is the one that pushes it forward probably in the end. Oklahoma City pulls away and probably still doesn't get the cover here. Like I said, what uncanny that Oklahoma City's spread record is so bad this year, despite their great season. Of course, they're right now Oklahoma City, comes in with a record of 51-16, but they're 36-41 against the spread. Go figure. Farley went with the Jazz. Thunder give their home crowd a treat and cover that 24 points. All right, the Lakers are going to take on the Mavericks here. Look at this line. I mean, the news that Austin Reeves is out now. In fact, it is back up here to 2 or so, but the fact that Austin Reeves is out now also for the rest of the regular season. And look, the Mavs haven't really done anything. Here's the problem with the Mavs, though. We said it last game, and you guys are talking about it in the chat right now as well, that, for Cooper Flag here, one-man gang, and he still was scoring all these points, and they were scoring like 97, and he'd have 40 of them. But Viv had a rookie record for 19-year-old, 51 points last time out. The Lakers are still going to be favored here in this one. Maybe you want to consider it a little bit of value. Look, Dallas is having trouble covering numbers, even as good as Flag has been. They still end up on the short end a lot of these games right now. Dallas is just 5-10 against the spread in their last 15. They've lost 8 of 9. They've lost 14 straight games at home. They're going to beat the Lakers to end that streak. Oh, yeah, it sucks when you're missing your two of your best players here just right now, getting ready for the playoffs. But Dallas isn't even winning at home in professional basketball games. You'd think even against teams lesser than the Los Angeles Lakers, missing 2 key parts. Dallas with losses to teams like Orlando and Minnesota of late at home. Those are good teams, and they were getting points and didn't get it done here. I'm just going to take the under because I'm scared, but man, could the Lakers actually be contrarian in this game because of those injuries, and the line has dipped 4 points here to 2? What do you say in the chat? Lakers on the money line for Blake. 9 Legacy took the Bulls on the spread on that other game. Elliott goes Lakers on the money line. And Robot says, Duke players rarely do anything in the NBA, but this guy feels like a different animal. Lakers here, money line for Public Enemy, but Farley's going to be on the Mavs. Clippers taking on the Kings here. NBA action for Sunday night, 9:10 Eastern, 6:10 Pacific, with the Clippers on the road in the Tankathon, laying 12.5 here against the lowly Kings. It might feel and sound like a tough number here, but Clippers are doing a pretty okay job. They've lost 2 straight, though, actually, to San Antonio and Portland. They failed to cover in 4 straight. Not a great cover necessarily as a favorite. 17-25, but the Kings are so bad. They're 29-40 ATS as a dog, 17-22 ATS at home. So it does feel like maybe the Clippers can do it, but I'll take the under here in this one with Sacramento and the Clippers. Yeah, I'm going under. with these two tonight at 2:30. I think the key for me here in this one is the fact that you have a Clippers team that, while yes, they have trended more towards the over here after the deadline deals there, but look, they're still playing well enough here. They're going to the playoffs, and defense has kind of always been their specialty, even though they've, ever since the Harden trade, they've kind of turned into more of a higher paced team, if you will. Clippers right now are in 9th place. That's not good, but they are only half a game behind the Blazers for 8th. So very important game for them here. They can't really afford to blow it, but hey, they're the Clippers. That could happen. I'll go with the under, though, in this one at 2:30. Some plays from the chat in this one include Kings trying to win. What are they doing? Wake up, Kings. You got to lose. Elliot says Clippers and over. Clippers win for Robot Glock. Get the money under for Farley here. Clippers money line and Kawhi to get over 25. Says Jordy in this one. That's how Jordy will add to his money line bet there. Clippers pretty healthy coming in here. Kings actually have Malik Monk probable here. All right, I think that. Oh, we got one more here, I think. It's the Rockets and the Warriors, with the Rockets on the road favored by 3.5. Now, the Warriors aren't in the tankathon, but it sure feels like it. It's almost like, like a team trying to get out of their NIT bid and said, we don't want to go. Take the Grizzlies. We don't want to take the Pelicans. We don't want to go to the playoffs. Warriors here, 3 games back of the Clippers. They're going to finish in last. They probably have nothing to play for in this game. Meanwhile, the Rockets do have something to play for as they try to get up to 4th place and try to avoid 6th place. Like I said, it feels like they're solidly in 5th, but it does feel like more motivation here for the Rockets than the Warriors, who they probably just want to get to Cancun. Houston's back on a big winning streak here right now, too, and the Warriors have lost 3 in a row right now. So it does feel like Houston can keep it going. They were kind of maligned for a while for those losses, but now they've won 5 straight, although they've covered just 4 of their last 13. Warriors are 4-11, though, in their last 15, 3-12 against the spread, last 15 at home, and 3-6 against the spread, their last 9 overall. So Rockets here on a 5-0 straight-up run. This is a pretty consistent series to the under, although these two teams been going over. I got the Rockets. I got the Rockets here to win and cover on the road here in this one. Give me the Rockets. Hey, some steam came in a Major League Baseball game just a few seconds ago. It's on the over in the game between the Miami Marlins and the New York Yankees. The 8s are turning into 8.5 here right now with Yankees and the Marlins, with Paddock and Fried steam to the over there in that one. Hey, we got 2 games tonight at the College Basketball Crown. We're not done with basketball here. Let's go to the Crown. We'll crown whoever wins we're gonna crown their something or other here in this one with OU. Here this Crown game is being played here in Las Vegas. Yeah, they're playing for $300,000.
Final.
Let's briefly cover these 2 tournament championship games. It's not an NCAA tournament, but we'll take it. For Oklahoma here in the College Basketball Crown, they beat Colorado and Baylor. West Virginia beat Stanford and Creighton. Oklahoma feels like the hotter team here right now, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. West Virginia is 10-22 to the under this season, including 3-7 to the under in their last 10, 5-8 to the under as an underdog. I got to go with the under in this one with Oklahoma and West Virginia. Give me the under in this game. Oklahoma's not a big time under, but they kind of they're 7-9, 16-17 to the under overall.
Final.
Let's see if you got a pick here in the College Basketball Crown. Okay, here we go. And yeah, I see you right there, Public Enemy. Yeah, I'm sorry for burying the lead there a little bit on that. There's no doubt that Curry is back tonight. In fact, that spread doesn't seem like it's really been affected too much there, but maybe 3.5 is a little bit low here, figuring with Curry back. But again, I don't think the Warriors have much motivation. And, I'm surprised actually he's in there. Maybe they think they can get out of last place, but a robot here says Rockets by 35 and KD to get 35 plus.
Final.
Wow. Let's see, Public Enemy, Warriors and under. Robert likes Sooners here. And Curry is back with this game. He may not play very many minutes, however. And like I said, why would you bring him back here? We've already established that, like I said, I don't think this team's getting out of 10th place. Elliott's on the Sooners here. And Blake is on OU. All right, let's move next to the NIT right now. How about
Final.
this? Tulsa and Auburn here in this one, and you have Auburn favored by 5.5. Now, okay, I get it. Okay, we're dealing with two different types of conferences and teams here, but Tulsa was 28-7 this season. Auburn is 17-18 right now. 17-16.
Final.
Both teams on 4-game winning streaks. For Tulsa here, they beat New Mexico and Wichita and UNLV so far. 2-0-1 against the spread. Auburn with wins over Illinois State, Nevada, and Seattle, but just 1-2 against the spread. Auburn is a terrible spread team. 14-19 against the spread, 9-12 against the spread as a favorite. Tulsa's 4-2 against the spread as an underdog, is 17-14 against the spread overall. Granted, both teams have struggled to the number here of late. Tulsa 3-7, Auburn 2-8 here, but I gotta take Tulsa here possibly. Yeah, let me see. Let's see what the chat's doing. I might go to the total again in this one. Auburn all day, says Dimitri. Oh man, okay. Dimitri, I'm gonna go. Let me get the over in this one. This one's gonna be a track meet. Dimitri liking the better.
Final.
Dimitri liking the Auburn here. So I don't know. I think I like Tulsa. So let me go with the total here. Nuke does like Tulsa though, and did like the Sooners in that other one. I'll take the over in this one at 159. Okay, hey, we've got some hockey to talk about here real quick. We got a 7-game card, and I think we can hit them all up here in the next few minutes. Let's start it off with the Minnesota Wild taking on the Detroit Red Wings here. This is going to be a great day of hockey, actually. Man, this wild card situation is wild. Here, the Tigers. There we go. The Tigers. Okay, so Detroit's on 88 points. In the East, you got Senators, 88 points. Red Wings, 88 points. Flyers, 88 points. Columbus, 88 points, although Columbus has played 77 games, and the other 3 teams are on 76 games. So technically, Columbus has their work cut out for them. But for Detroit, they're could get involved here. We'll see what happens. Ottawa's a home underdog. Detroit's a home underdog here. Minnesota, what's my motivation? Might be their game here. They're in 3rd place in the Central, and I don't expect them to move up. They could. I mean, there's 6 games left. Dallas could lose a few. So maybe Minnesota can say, let's keep it going. But, Dallas is still going to win some games here. It feels like much more important game for the Detroit Red Wings than the Minnesota Wild right now, considering the current playoff matchups and rankings here a little bit. Sharps are going to be on the under here. I have a feeling this one might be more of a game that gets away a little bit and maybe does go over here. Showing, I don't think it's 6.5, is it?
Steam play.
We got some steam coming in on the Laker game right now. I just said under, but steam's coming in on the over here. It is up to 234 right now in the Lakers and the Mavs. Now, it did start higher, gradually went down, and now has gone back up here a little bit. So steam to the over there, Lakers and the Mavs. Okay, anyways, here with Wild and the Red Wings. I do think part of the handicap here is just measuring the motivation. Minnesota, look, I said it could take it off, but they've won 2 in a row over Ottawa and Vancouver. They continue to be strong on the road at 21-11. Detroit 20-14 at home here in this one. I'm going to go over here at I knew it's not 6.5 over 15. It's 6 over 15. I was like, am I really going over here? Am I really going? Now, there is some 6.5 under 20s just to make sure, but I'll take this line here, I think, right now and take the over in this one between the Wild and the Red Wings at 6 over or 6.5 over, 6.5 under. All right, here we go with some plays. It's going to be Red Wings here for Blake. He's on the under. And hello to AOD in the chat. Hello, AOD. Farley's on the over. Hey, Ebony's here today. Great to have Ebony join us in the chat. Man, Ebony, it's great to have you here. She says take the Jazz plus 24.5, Celtics plus 2.5, and parlay them up. Thank you to Ebony in the chat. Great to have you, Ebony. Okay, let's see here. Wild for Jordy on the money line, and that might be it from the crew here. So I will take here the over in this one. Next up, we've got the Florida Panthers are taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins here in this one for Florida. You got Daniel Tarasoff here going in the nets. Florida's been long gone at this point. Pittsburgh highly motivated here, I would say, given their current standings right now. Pittsburgh is currently in second place, trying to stay ahead. They're probably locked in, actually, pretty good here right now. I don't think they're going to fall behind the Islanders. Pittsburgh might actually be lacking motivation here, but Florida's been toast for a long time now. So, yeah, you'd think that Pittsburgh's much, much better, but they don't really have to go all out here to get this one. I think we'll probably see goals here. Give me the over here in this one for sure with Pittsburgh and Florida playing a game of what's my motivation. Florida did lose last time out. Pittsburgh coming in off of a win. Pittsburgh defeated Florida 9-4 yesterday in that Wild game. So we are playing the back-to-back. We're just we're not even swapping sites here, right? I think Pittsburgh was at home yesterday, and they're home again today off of a 9-4 win yesterday over Florida. Yeah, let's go over again in that one. They'll probably turn around, but I'm going to go over for sure.
Final.
Okay, let's see here. Hey, Papa Ricky in the chat. Nice to see him in there. Why am I messing up all these baseball? I have Pirates in there. Did I do it on every game? Penguins, Pirates, whatever. There we go. Man. Okay, let me see. Penguins here for Cash Cane on the puck line, and Penguins here for Jordy. Penguins in regulation here for Farley. Pens over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Hi, Philly Eagle Flyer. You also have the Wild back there. And what did Nuke say? He's on the Wild there in that one, in one of those games.
Final.
And Papa Rick says Minnesota because Detroit came in off of a road game. Okay, and I think that's it for that one. We're going to move it along quickly here and try to end the show. Thank you guys for joining me here. Red Sox. I promise you I'm not doing this on purpose, guys. You know, when the baseball and the hockey overlap and I put the goalie in there and the pitcher. So, yeah, my brain may be working on a little bit of autopilot here a little bit, or maybe I've had too many of those pen draws there. But let's see here. Bruins and the Flyers here today with Corpusalo going up against Danny Bladar. And Flyers here about $1.45 in this one. And the total here is probably, 6 under 20? Oh, no, I think it's 6 over 20, actually. Yeah, I'll just call it 6 flat. I mean, I'm just going to call it 6 flat right here. I think that's pretty much the consensus line here right now. So let's see what you got, though, here with the Bruins and the Flyers. Talk about motivation here right now and where these two teams stand. The Flyers are in that group of 88 points, so in desperate need of a win here. The Bruins, meanwhile, very comfortable atop the wild card standings here. That's probably where they're going to end up. I don't think they're going to get in there and catch Buffalo right now, and they'll probably be able to hold off Ottawa. It feels like the Bruins maybe a little bit complacent with their positioning here in this game. Flyers, much more desperate need to win this game for sure here. I'm going to go with the over in this one. I really like the over here at 6 goals. Give me the over. All right, here, let's see. Papa Ricky, tough day yesterday for me. Oh, boy, you must be talking about me, Papa. I hope it's not you. Because, yeah, I did not have a hockey. Why am I even previewing these games? I should be off the air for my hockey picks yesterday. And, Blake, is it getting close to time, Blake? Am I supposed to watch I don't have it up yet here, but are we going behind the obviously we lose contact with them, but we'll see you on the dark side of the moon. What's your favorite Pink Floyd? Did we already go over this? Well, I think every gambler likes money. Get back. I'm all right. Keep your hands off my stack. I'll tell you what, Pink Floyd. I can remember the first time I watched a Pink Floyd movie. Maybe having a little bit of the. We were pretty young. I think we were in our teens, and I might have flipped out a little bit. Not a flip out, but you see remember the pool of blood, right? And I think I flipped out at that scene. Here we go, Flyers and a draw here, and Tobias Harris. Let's see, AOD going with Tobias Harris and all Pink Floyd songs. How about? I'm speaking of blood. How about? I thought here's an underrated song. Does anybody remember the Pete Townsend song with David Gilmour though played guitar? Give blood. And some will say it's not enough. Give blood. I like that song. I don't know if it's a kind of weird song, but the trumpet. I thought that Give Blood song was unique. I like that. Some would say it's not enough. Okay, here, Flyers for Jordy. Public Enemies on the Bruins on the money line. And still, they'll ask for more, right? It was kind of a social statement song. Okay, I'm going to take the over there. I love the over, actually, in that game. Let's go next. 2 Hurricanes taking on the Senators here. This one, another game with, one of the 88 pointers here right now with, Senators here. Yeah, 88 points. They actually own the tiebreaker against all these teams right now. I believe they're in second place but it's all going to change here soon. But right now, Ottawa's in control. At least they're a home dog here to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes probably comfortable at 104 points, but they're trying to hold off Tampa, Montreal, Buffalo for number 1. So they're going to be motivated, but they're on the road here and favored, but they've won three in a row. They're playing with purpose. Senators here, meanwhile, struggling a little bit. They lost last time out. They've been losing some games here of late. They're only 8-12 as an underdog here so far this season. So, look, we got Anderson and Reimer. Let me fire up the goalie computer, too, here and see if we have the confirmations anyway with these teams. But I have a feeling this is supposed to be kind of an under game. But let's see what you guys have, though, in the chat with this one between the Hurricanes and the Senators here in this one. I think the way I'm looking at it, Carolina is the more complete package right now with this late surge. They've also dominated the matchup, winning 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. But Ottawa, pretty decent at home, 19-12. Carolina still 21-11 on the road, historically under trend here. So that's why I'm kind of thinking under with this particular matchup. Let me see here. Tarasov confirmed. Anderson likely here in this one for Freddie. 14-13-5 record, 3.09 goals against, 87% save percentage. Igor here coming up. Well, we're going to get to those games, so I'll just wait on that one. Let's see what you have here. Tell me what's going to happen between the Hurricanes and the Senators here in Ottawa today. And I'm gonna take the under. I'm going to go under here in this one between the Hurricanes and the Senators.
Final.
Next up. Oh, let me get your plays. I'm sorry. Let me get the plays here from the chat. 9 Legacy with his plays in there. Magic, Jazz, Clippers, Mavs, Rockets, and Hornets. Thank you. Blake says, let's see. Robert's on the over here. Farley's on the Canes. Blake's on the Canes. Jordy's on the Senators, though. And 9 Legacy has Red
Final.
Wings money line, Florida money line, puck line under for Boston and the money line. I hope I got that right. Philly Eagle Flyer going with the over here in this one. Couple more. The show's going to be over. You guys, great job. Devils and Canadians here. For the Canadians, feeling pretty good about themselves. 100 points. They're going to the postseason.
Final.
They're battling. They're trying to catch Tampa Bay. Could the Canadians win the division? Interestingly, the Canadian, Buffalo's clinched, but the Canadians haven't, even though the Canadians are technically ahead of them. The Canadians have won 8 straight games here right now. Coming into this one, hottest team in the league here at this point. They're a pretty big favorite here. In this one. For the Devils, they're not eliminated yet, but I think they will be today if they lose, if I'm not mistaken. And Montreal just on fire here, so $1.55. Is this going to be enough? Are they just going to keep it going here right now with I showed Dobbs in there, but it could be Fowler. Yeah, it is Fowler. I got to update this. It's likely to be Fowler today.
Lineup.
Fowler 8-5-2, 2.55 goals against, 90.5% save percentage. There we go. And Montreal at $1.50 or so, 6.5 over at -115 at the sharp books. Probably. I'll better at least call it 6.5. A couple books lean to the under, but mostly 6.5 here right now. It feels like here with the Devils and the Canadians here. Montreal hot here just in time for the playoffs. My Canadians. I know the Sharps going to take the
Final.
Devils here for sure in this one.
Halftime.
And they could be
Halftime.
live here. They, like I said, they don't have really anything to play for. It's just that the price is probably a little bit too high. Let me get the under in this one between New Jersey and Montreal for now. I might have a pick on this one a little bit later, if you know what I mean. I will say, though, that you have New Jersey here 17-21 to the under on the road, and 3 and I believe. Let me see here, having some unders here of late. New Jersey does have a pretty strong advantage over Montreal when these two teams have played here in Montreal. Ironically enough. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, here it is. New Jersey has won 10 straight times at Montreal. That's hard to ignore. As good as Montreal has been, that's pretty serious. New Jersey's won 5 of the last 6, 10 straight on the road in Montreal. So I'm just going to take the under for now. Montreal's gone under in 5 of their last 6. 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over, and New Jersey's gone over in 4 of 5. But I'm going to take the under here in this one, and that is an interesting stat, to say the least. Anything from the chat here in this one? We're almost done, folks. You guys hung in there, did a great job. Farley's on the over, under for Jordy. AOD wants some pad thai. Blake's on the over here. Habs an over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer today. Let's keep it going here. We just got a couple of more. A lot of games. You guys hung in there with me. almost 2.5 hours of sports talk here. Capitals and Rangers here with Lindgren going up against Shesterkin. Is that going to be the matchup here? I know Igor is likely in this matchup today. You got Igor here. Listed here as the likely goalie here. Igor, 24, 17, and 6, 2.53 goals against, 91% save percentage here. Rangers are done, right? We know the Rangers are done. Capitals are on the road. Okay, so the Rangers have won a few at home, but Washington is highly motivated here, given their current position in the postseason. They are on 87 points. Now, granted, it sounds like they're only 1 point behind Ottawa, but when you've got 3 other teams that have 88 as well, it's still a little bit tough, but you got to win them all. And you're playing the Rangers and you're on the road. The Rangers have been the worst home team in the league, I believe, this season at 13-19, probably up there with the Kings, though. And Washington has had some success here of late. They're 27-21 as a favorite here. The Caps have owned this matchup, winning 5 of the last 6. Rangers' home games are trending under heavily right now, 12-27 to the under here, and this one's going to be probably 3-2, 4-1, I would think here right now. The total, actually, what do we have it on screen? I think it's 6. Yeah, it's not shaded to the over like that. It's only about 6 flat. Maybe it's 6 over 15.
Major line move.
And I got to go under in this one. Look, I think it's obvious that we're supposed to take Washington here, given the fact that the Rangers never win at home. And yes, there is, I would think, reason to believe here that that form could return back in this one, because, like I said, the Rangers have had just a dismal time of it at home this season. So I'll take the under, though, as the official play, but probably going to find a spot for the Capitals here today. All right, let's see what you think in the chat. I'm sure you guys are here every day. You guys probably feel the same as I do here. Public Enemies on the Habs back in that other game. Here's Capitals on the money line. And AOD says, go, Caps, go. Jordy says, Caps, lean to the over here for Philly Eagle Flyer, and Caps money line for Farley. We have reached the ultimate game here, the Blues and the Avalanche here in Colorado. And for Colorado here, look, they're probably feeling okay. 110 points. They're going to win the Western Conference. They're going to win the best record overall. They probably aren't going to blow it here. They could almost lose them all, and maybe, but not saying they're not going to be motivated here. I mean, they're at home. They're 230. The Blues are technically still alive here, but man, they'd have to win them all. Really, it's just coming down to the Predators and the Kings and the Sharks and maybe the Jets, but the Blues are after that. They'd need those teams to start losing as well. So, you know what? It's a season over here for the Blues, but what can you say? They've actually come in off of a win here last time out against Anaheim 6-2. Colorado beat Dallas 2-0 last night in a great game. Colorado 24-8 at home. St. Louis 14-19 on the road. So, yeah, all the advantages. You can't even find any positives, it feels like, for St. Louis in this particular matchup. I think, if anything, the fact that they played a little bit, they played better here of late, a little bit better. Colorado, though, shaky home form of late. St. Louis road unders are a thing at 2-9 to the under, and overall defensive trend for them, 13 out of their last 17 have gone under. So I think it's just going to be an Avalanche win here. But can they get this puck line? They're just 37-37 as a puck line favorite for Colorado. St. Louis, though, 37-13 as a puck line underdog here. Give me the Blues in this one on the puck line today. I'll take St. Louis plus 1.5 goals against the Avalanche. 37-13 as a puck line underdog. Like I said, you want to hit a puck line underdog in general. You want to be hitting 67%. Obviously, the Blues here are close to over 70%. So pretty good puck line dog record there for St. Louis. I'll take them here on the puck line. All right, Blues for the money line for Jordy, abs in regulation for Farley. I think that's it for the show. You guys, thank you so much. What a great show. I felt like I was dragging there a little bit in the middle and then got a little motivation there at the end of the show. how this works sometimes, but thank you for joining me here. Blake, we will. The college card's going to start here pretty early, and I'll probably have a card maybe of the afternoon West Coast games a little bit. Thank you, Blake. It'll be over there at my winnable there. Yesterday, I did not get to the college baseball for any public handicap. Didn't feel confident enough. Bet a few games here yesterday. I'm trying to think of. Let me see if I had them written down from yesterday. I got too many papers going on. Thanks a lot, Blake, everybody, for your support. Please go over to winnable.com. If you do want college baseball picks from me, it's only 41 cents a day and pretty much have a card on most college. Usually when the action's heavier, there's not as much, but just for 41 cents a day, it's actually 37 cents when you use the promo code STEAM and I throw on an extra month. If you get a month, I throw on a week. If you get a week, I throw on 3 extra days. If you get 1 day, I throw on 2 days. If you get 3 days, I throw on 5 days. So this is how you support me here on the channel. Use the promo code STEAM. That saves you 20%. You can click this QR code right here. If you don't remember or type in, just aim your phone at it. I wonder if I can do it right here. Look, I got a blank phone here with a bunch of things on it, right? I'll just take a picture of the QR code right here. Let's see if it works. Winnable.com. There it goes. Is it working? Is going to go right to Ramon. There it is. It worked. I just typed it in. I hit that click, and there it is. Took you right to that page. You can do Google Pay, Apple Pay. Look, it's $3 a day if you just want to get 1 day to see how it works. But I would suggest getting a little bit bigger package here. But like I said, use that promo code. Just type it in, promo code STEAM there, and it'll let you go there. And this supports me here on the channel, coming back every day. If everyone canceled tomorrow, I'm love Mikey and Jeff, but probably gonna move on to my next whatever. Thanks a lot, you guys here. But let's do the drawing right now. Let's hear from Mikey talking about winnable.com and how you can get more picks from me and the crew.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, let's do the drawing here right now and see who's going to win 1 month of those picks. You can give them to somebody else. You don't have to use them, but here we go. Let's see who's going to win. People just like to win this thing here with the names going, and I'm saying the names. Big O, Fernando, Terrell, Philly Eagle Flyer, 9 Legacy, Jordy Fuentes. Hello to Jordy. He wins today. Jordy, thank you for being a participant, always in our chat, doing a great job, man. Great job. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam. Tomorrow with more Morning Steam, we'll preview the national championship game, and I guess we're going to hang out tomorrow with Razor. Man, I wish it was Monday already. I'm looking forward to that national championship game. You got to think that Hurley can keep them in the game. It won't be a blowout like that, will it? Oh, my goodness. 7.5 points here. The great Danny Hurley. Come on. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Have a great sports betting day. And from the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.